We've ordered simple food from here, which is the Plaice and chips, large fish and chips, which is the cod, curry, mushy peas. So I'm going to go straight into this Plaice. Okay, I'm going to break a little bit off. It's breaded. I'll peel that away a little bit. No, it's not really doing it for me, that. And neither is the breading, to be honest with you. No. Chips are okay. Pretty standard fare. So here is the large cod, which, you know, it's not particularly large. Batter's a bit doughy, a little bit greasy. There's plenty going on. Now, what I can say is the chips are nice. The staff, so friendly, you know, so polite. And that can make a huge difference. Let's have a look at these mushy peas, again with the fork here. Yeah. Very bland. It was, tell you what, back to the computer, I'll have a look at a few reviews and then I'll write my own. See you there. We talk about all these different things, you know, and all these, you know, how the staff were and how clean the place was and location and all these other little elements that come in, little variables, and we put them all together. And I look at it and I go, okay, so this is how it is. But you can't avoid the food, obviously, because that's what it is. I mean, that's the primary feature of any fish and chip shop. So let's have a look at some of these reviews. 1 star. Nice friendly service. Sadly, that's where the positive ended. Chips were barely cooked, soft and mushy. Curry sauce hadn't been mixed properly, so had lumps of powdery substance, also pretty cold. Overall, most of my dinner was lukewarm and barely cooked. I used to love this place and have visited a few times, but this experience has put me off going back again. 3 star. Quick service, but the chips were just a little undercooked for me. Open on Sundays, which is a bonus. 5 star. If you can catch Everland when they are open, treat yourself to fish and chips with some curry sauce. Great takeaway option. Enjoy. Mine. 3 star. Everland Fish Bar is conveniently situated in the town, with a large paying display car park, council car park to the rear and side. The opening hours are favourable, with service starting at 11 AM and continuing until late evening, some days 8, some days 9, and then I think there's a 10 in the evening, from Monday to Saturday, and from 12 PM until 8 PM on Sunday. And very few places are open on Sundays. That's obviously a bonus. The staff were particularly friendly and polite, with all 3 members taking the time to say goodbye as we left. The shop is clean and spacious. The packaging was environmentally friendly. Unfortunately, the food fell short. Plaice tasted a little odd, and the breading was too wet on the inside. Now, I appreciate that anyone serving Plaice, you know, or the vast majority of fish and chip shops serving Plaice, the place will be frozen. Highly likely it's going to be frozen because places don't really sell that much of it. But so that's not a problem. But it's how it ends up cooked. That's where it counts. And unfortunately, in this case, like I say, there was a funny taste, and I couldn't place it at all. It's usually a pun. I couldn't work out what it was. I don't think it was a bad taste, like an off fishy taste. It was just wrong. And yeah, so unfortunately that was that. The large cod was not particularly large and was a bit dry. while the batter retained too much oil. The curry sauce had a salty taste and overly gelatinous texture, so that could have been too much corn flour or cornstarch, or something else there to sort of thicken it up, some other thickener. But it was too jelly-like. However, the chips were quite nice. Cooked in oil, hygiene rating 5, cash or card, fish reviewed, large cod. So yeah, see you on the next one. This is a brand new channel for 2024. So if you like this video, subscribe, share it, like it, hit the notification bell. And if you have any recommendations in your area, put them in the comments. Thank you.